From the studios of Books in Motion, this is R.C. Masters, reading Stop the Islamization of America, A Practical Guide to the Resistance, by Pamela Geller. Now let's begin with the introduction. Make no mistake. We are at war. Our mortal enemy has made no secret of its goal and stated aim: eliminating and destroying Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house and installing a universal caliphate. Pretending that 1,400 years of Islamic imperialism and expansionism didn't happen doesn't change reality either. Ayn Rand said that you can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. If you refuse to fight, you forfeit. If you forfeit, you lose. And I mean lose everything. The stakes couldn't be higher. Saul Alinsky had rules for radicals. I'm giving you rules for infidels. Consider this your handbook to win the war. Keep it with you at all times. There is more than one way to be armed and dangerous. Why stop the Islamization of America? The very name evokes a visceral reaction in people, particularly in those hardwired for delusion. Uninformed people might assume that an organization with such a name and a book of the same name would only be of interest to racist, Islamophobic, anti-Muslim bigots. When the Southern Poverty Law Center, a hard-left propaganda group, defamed the Stop Islamization of America organization, the SIOA, as a hate group in February 2011, the spokesman for a real hate group, the Hamas-linked Council on American Islamic Relations, the CAIR or CARE group, Ibrahim Hooper commented, "One need not go beyond the name of this hate group, Stop the Islamization of America, to recognize the validity of the Southern Poverty Law Center's designation." What Ibrahim Hooper really means is that no one should go beyond the name and expose the Muslim Brotherhood agenda of their proxy groups in America. CARE, of course, was named an unindicted co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation trial. The Holy Land Foundation was the largest Islamic charity in the United States and was shut down for funding the jihad terror group Hamas. CARE has had several of its officials convicted of terror activity and has opposed every anti-terror measure devised since 9/11. And so criticism from CARE is high praise. CARE fronts for the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas, and so CARE is the real hate group, not SIOA. In reality, and in stark contrast to CARE, Stop Islamization of America is a human rights organization dedicated to the freedom of speech, which is under attack, as well as to the freedom of religion and to individual rights. These are basic, fundamental principles of the American Republic, and they are in danger of being stripped away and seized from us. The violent jihad is the most obvious manifestation of jihad. Remember the Fort Hood jihadist, the Times Square car bomber, the Christmas Day underwear bomber, the Christmas tree lighting bomber in Portland, the Fort Dix 6, and so many others? But the real war on America is also being waged in the universities, the public schools, the courtrooms, the internet, the workplace, the grocery store, the neighborhoods, and on the airwaves. That is the stealth jihad, the hidden war, and it is to teaching you how to fight that war, where and how and on what grounds, that this book is dedicated. Why is it that today Islamic supremacists are more assertive in the United States than they ever have been before? They're building large mega mosques in communities where the local Muslims can neither fill nor afford them. They're demanding and receiving special privileges for Muslims in workplaces and special installations for Islamic prayers in public universities, as well as in airports and other public facilities. Islamic law places Muslims in a special class, giving them rights that non-Muslims do not have. They're bringing back prayer in public schools, but only for Muslims, while insisting that Christians, Jews, Hindus, and Buddhists can assert no such constitutional privilege under our law. They are seeking special legal status for Islam. They're shutting down the national debate that we urgently need to have about Islam and Islamization. They are demonizing
Sample complete. Ready to continue?